Now, every time I got home from work, I had two choices: crash on the couch or work on my goals. But I was so tired, overwhelmed, and honestly, I was lost in a mess of to-do lists and tasks and ambitions, things that I wanted to do. Now, if that's you, then this video is your reset. Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and I help ambitious women with 9-to-5 jobs find the time and energy to build their dream side business without burning out. So today I am walking you through the exact goal setting system that helped me stay consistent with my creative projects even after a long workday. So if you are tired of setting goals and not sticking to them, make sure you watch this video to the end because this is exactly what you need. The very first thing you want to do is start with one goal that truly matters. When you're juggling a full-time job and your own dreams, focus is everything. Instead of listing 10 things you want to achieve, pick one big clear goal to focus on every year and then break it down into milestones to focus on every quarter. So what I did is I stopped multitasking different projects at a time. For example, I choose to focus on building my coaching business first, with YouTube as my number one platform of choice. So you need to ask yourself, what is the one thing that is going to make everything else unnecessary? And this comes from the book, The One Thing. This is the principle of one from the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller. So one thing you need to understand is clarity is everything when it comes to goal setting. Because without clarity, you are simply just guessing. You cannot prioritize without clarifying what actually matters. And here's why clarity is so important. Without clarity, you waste time on tasks that feel urgent but don't move the needle. You constantly shift priorities, chasing shiny objects or reacting to stress. You end up overwhelmed because everything feels important. And without clarity, you create vague goals like grow my side business without a real target or plan. However, when you have clarity, you know exactly what matters most and you can confidently say no to distractions. You set specific, actionable goals instead of broad wishes. You focus your limited time and energy on high-impact tasks, and you feel more in control, organized, and motivated because progress is visible. So think of clarity as the GPS for your goals, right? Without it, you're just wandering around hoping you land somewhere good. Meanwhile, with it, you are on a direct route where you actually want to go. Now, if you're still struggling to stay consistent with your goals after work, it might just be because you're not even clear on what you should be focused on after work. So let's fix that together. Book a free clarity session with me where we will break down where the root cause is so we can turn your big dream into weekly steps that actually fit your life. And the link to book a call is in the description box below or the comment section. Let's go ahead and get your side business moving with clarity and ease. Now, the second step to my goal setting system is break your goals into mini milestones. So big goals are overwhelming, right? But mini milestones are motivating. Breaking your goals into smaller or mini milestones is one of the most powerful ways to stay consistent, especially when you're juggling a full-time job and a side project. And here's the reason why this is so important. Mini goals enhances clarity, right? Which become actionable because big goals can feel abstract and overwhelming. However, once you break them down, you move from I want to launch a side project to I'll brainstorm 3 name ideas by Friday. Small steps makes the goal feel more realistic and more doable. Also, you build momentum when you break your goals down into milestones, right? Each milestone you hit gives you a little win. And these little wins build motivation, right? You feel progress instead of pressure. And that creates consistency even on low energy days. Also, you stay focused. Mini milestones force you to focus on one small outcome at a time, rather than getting distracted by everything else that you could be doing. With mini milestones, you also avoid burnout because trying to do everything at once is the fastest path to burnout. Mini milestones help you pace yourself, celebrate progress, and rest without guilt. And lastly, with mini milestones, you can easily course correct. Smaller milestones equals faster feedback. right? You can see what's working, what's not working, and make adjustments without waiting until the end of this huge project that you're embarking on. So for example, when I want to really network with my adult clients, I can set a goal as I want to network with my adult clients this month. However, that is very broad. So what I do is I break it down into mini milestones and goals. And this could be simple as book 5 calls every single week with your adult client. So I review these milestones, right, every single week during my planning planning session. Now, at the beginning of the month, I do review my milestones, right? And then at the beginning of the week, I review my milestones for the month. So it is a continuous process, because you want to remember that if you do not review, you are unable to course correct. Now, the third step to my goal setting process is use a weekly focus framework. I plan for the week using this one question: what is the one action I need to do every day that is going to move my goal forward this week? And if we're going by the example before, it's going to be, what is the one thing that I can do every single day this week that is going to help me book 5 calls with my adult clients? Now, this is where the magic happens, right? Because this is where I break down my mini goals or milestones into daily tasks. And my process will usually be something like, first task is send connection requests on LinkedIn. Task 2 could be send 10 DMs. Task 3 could be schedule 3 posts. Task 4, repurpose into email or Reddit posts. And task 5 could be something like, during your deep work session, maybe come up with a Reddit strategy. So everything you do every single day is towards that one goal, right? Which is book 5 calls this week with your ideal clients. Does it mean you're going to fulfill that goal? Absolutely not. You might end up booking 6. You might end up booking 1 call. You might end up not even booking a call. The goal is not perfection, it's progress, because during that process, even if you do not book a call, there is a lot that you are going to learn and you will be able to course correct. Now, the fourth step is use visual tracking to stay motivated. Now, as humans, we are visual creatures, right? Seeing progress keeps you motivated and consistent. I use Notion calendar to track my tasks. I write down my tasks specifically for my side business on my Notion calendar. And that is where I am able to track the tasks that I do every single week, every single day, and so on. Personally, I do not need to use literal streaks to track my progress, because I simply focus on one task per day. And even if I have more than one task on my calendar, I do have one priority, a daily highlight, which is the task that is the top priority, which is what I absolutely must do that day. If I get to do the other task, that is a bonus. However, if I do not get to do the other task, then I'm going to reprioritize that for another day, depending on the urgency or the priority. Now, if you are just starting on your productivity and time management journey, I do recommend that you use a habit tracker. Notion has a free habit tracker that you can use and customize that to your needs. So go ahead, use the tracker, celebrate every single task that you complete, and do not focus on perfection, but focus on your progress and your consistency. And once you start doing this, instead of feeling behind, you will start seeing momentum. Which brings me to my last point, which, if you have watched a lot of my videos, you will already know what I want to say. Focus on progress and not perfection. Reframe progress as consistency and not output. And like I said, this is something that I include in almost all of my videos because it is that important. This is what keeps you in the game. This is what keeps you motivated. It is what keeps you consistent, right? Where you do not give up, even if you see that your progress is slow. There are some weeks that I am not able to complete even half of my tasks, right? But rather than feeling sorry for myself and condemning myself, I choose to celebrate what I was able to do. Those are the weeks that I celebrate more than the weeks that I actually complete my tasks, right? Because consciously celebrating even the times that you do not meet up to your expectations helps you stay positive, helps you stay motivated. So I write down what I am thankful for, and I am very, very specific that I am thankful that I was able to complete this specific task, because that counts. You do not have to finish everything. You just need to move forward. Now, you need to shift your mindset and understand that 1, you do not have to finish everything. You just need to move forward. 2, consistency compounds faster than you think. And 3, progress is showing up again even when you miss a day. So you do not need more hustle, right? You need clarity. This simple goal setting system helped me stay organized, consistent, and make progress even on the days that I felt too tired to try. And if I can do it with a full-time job, so can you. So comment below with the one goal you've been putting off after work, and I will help you break it down into your first step. And again, if you're still struggling to maintain consistency with your goals after work, book a free strategy session with me where we're going to break down your big dreams into weekly steps that actually fit your own life. Use the link in the description box or the comment section below to book a call. Thank you so much for watching. If you love this video, please like, share with someone who needs a productivity boost. Subscribe to my channel for weekly videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.